Good evening again, everybody. Sorry for the taking so long. I will start off by reviewing the agenda. We have the previous minutes. There's two motions for that. And we have student school presentations, if there's any here. Parent groups, open to the public, 3 minutes per speaker. Then we have the superintendent's report, any correspondence and board comments. And your personnel agenda, and I'll go through that quickly. There's a few changes in it. Is create classes, create positions, instructional resignations. D is non-instructional resignations. There's one change there. This is on page 4. The Jennifer Maffey, the position of teacher 8 is incorrect. It should be a school monitor. We have E is instructional leave of absence. F is non-instructional leave of absence, and there's 2 corrections in that. For both those people, the type of leave of absence should just say unpaid. Strike the FMLA. Then we have G is a title change. H, appoint director of facilities. New probationary instructional appointments, or probationary instructional appointment. Appoint leave replacement teacher. Appoint a new permanent substitute teacher. Appoint permanent substitute teachers. Appoint teaching assistants. Appoint a lead evaluator. Appoint regents review teachers. Appoint proctors and graders for the summer regents. Appoint 9th grade teachers for IRP. Appoint supplemental staff at Beacon High School. Appointing the academic coordinators at Roundabout Middle School. U is appoint supplemental staff at Roundabout Middle School. This is on page 11, and there is a correction for that. We're striking the last name of Lori Mallon, so they'll take that off. B is appoint home instructors. Then we have appoint substitute teachers. New non-instructional appointments. And Y is non-instructional appointments. Almost ran out of letters in the alphabet there. Came close. We had to go into other, like maybe the Greek alphabet or something if we just continued on. Double A, B, yeah. Then we have the consent agenda. With the motion to accept the consent agenda, there's A is the placement of students. B is district treasurer's report. C, excess items, establish a scholarship. Accept donations, award bid, contracts, and under contract, which is G on page 18, the last 2 bullets, which are contracts with ASTA Services and contract with St. Francis Hospital, strike both of those off the agenda. H is approve the increase of school lunch prices. I is a resolution, which goes on forever. And until page 32, which is J. And then we have a proposed executive session, and we will adjourn the meeting. Okay. Previous minutes.
Motion to approve the minutes of the previous organizational meeting held on July 2nd, 2012 as circulated.
Second.
Comments or corrections? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Second previous minutes.
Motion to approve the minutes of the previous regular meeting held on July 2nd, 2012 as circulated.
Second.
Comments or corrections? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Do you have any student or school groups here? Probably not, since it's the summer. Okay. Parent groups. Okay, open to the public, 3 minutes per speaker. Who would like to go first?
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kim Atwood, President of the Beacon Teachers Association, and I'm going to read something, as I was asked a little earlier this evening if I would read an email from a teacher who should be appointed tonight, hopefully, so it felt a little bit premature, but I promised that I would read it. Dear Mr. Hilbert, Dr. Walkley, Board of Education, and those in attendance, good evening. I apologize for not being in attendance at tonight's board meeting, for I have a prior commitment. I'm writing this letter to thank you all for giving me the opportunity to teach in a district, specifically one that has molded me into who I am today. I am absolutely ecstatic and looking forward to this opportunity. I cannot express in words how thrilled I am to be a part of the Beacon City School District family. Once again, thank you all very much, and I look forward to getting to know each and every one of you. Thanks, and enjoy the rest of your summer. Sincerely, Adam McPartland. And on the agenda, I think it's David Bartlett. So he asked if I would do that. So if he doesn't believe me, then I guess some of you could tell him or he can watch it on the video. Secondly,
You can text them. You can text them after we actually go through with it. Let them know that we said thank you.
Dr. Walkley, I did miss the July 2nd board meeting, the night of your appointment, although I did happily watch it. I would like to now take this opportunity to welcome you back and also to share with you that the BTA is looking forward to working with you once again. Collaboratively with all of us and the district as we move into this new era of education. In just a few short months, you have established a sense of understanding, clear-cut expectations and support regarding the APPR specifically, but just a whole lot more. And we're really grateful and thankful that you're back, and we look forward to having a great year as a team. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else like to get up and say something?
This is time for questions, is that right?
Sure.
Okay.
You just state your name.
I'm Diana O'Blaney, and I have 2 children in the district, and I just wanted to see if I could get an update on the search for principal for Forrestal. And I also received test results for the ELA and math for one of my children yesterday, so I wanted to see whether there's been any analysis done to see how Forrestal did and the district in general.
Well, I'll take a stab at the principal search, and then I'll ask my colleague, Dr. Walkley, to give you an update on stats, okay? We're down to the finals with the principal search. It's been just a really long, arduous process because we're committed to getting the very, very best person. So we went through and we were getting to some finalists that are highly recommended. They've done a writing sample. They were able to balance a ball on their nose and do a number of other things so that we're trying to find the most perfect match for Forrest. So there was a committee that met the candidates, and they all rated the candidates. So if our negotiations with the finalists go through, we will have a recommendation at our next board meeting.
Oh, that's great. So by September 29th or whatever, then
No, we would expect that Mrs. Richards, and if you haven't met her, you owe it to yourself to get in there. Our interim will probably be there through the month of September, because any candidate that we hire that's working has to give 30 days.
And in terms of the data, we have received the ELA and math for grades 4 through 8. And when I was here previously, I started trend charts with, I think, 6 years of previous data. So the new data has been added to those trend charts. All of the principals at those levels have gotten those trend charts. As you know, Ophelia is there, Mrs. Richards, and she's taken a look at them, but she is not going to be the principal who will carry that out. We have also received information about school status, but I believe that is still embargoed.
next board meeting?
Pardon?
I said, will it be available for the next board meeting to know what the status is of the school? And
If it's unembargoed, absolutely. The state, I'll tell you the truth, I would have to check. As you know, because you got your students' scores, that information is public, but it's a new system this year. And that's all I can say without knowing whether it's embargoed or not.
okay, so the individual scores are in, but we're not allowed to know what the summary is
You're allowed
of the school status.
You're allowed to know if, you know what, before you leave, let me take your phone number,
Okay.
and I'll find out, and then I can, I'll let you know either way.
And you say grades 4 through 8. What about third grade?
I'm sorry, third through 8.
Okay, because I received one child's
Right.
scores 2 days ago, and I haven't received the other one yet.
Sorry.
Anyone else? Okay, thank you very much for your comments. Superintendent's report.
What?
And I think you've given part of it already, haven't you?
Yeah, and I think we can move right along, but we appreciate everybody's continued support in these wonderful times.
Okay. Correspondence and board comments. Larry, we'll start with you.
Aside from saying thank you again, Dr. Walkley and Mr. Hilberg for the presentation and all of the work, I look forward to seeing the data and hearing the results of your hard work. I thank you both for being here.
Thank you for the presentation. It was very well put together as far as the amount of information that you have to begin to convey and explain. It's going to be an arduous task, I do believe, but it is a start to help enlighten everybody along the way. So I look forward to the next installment, the next presentation.
Frank?
I'll pass.
Okay. Georgia?
I just like to thank you for the presentation and look forward to the changes.
Very good.
No comment?
Okay. I too will just echo the rest of the board in thanking you for the presentation. It was very informative, and I think it gives us an idea without really having to feel the sweat of all the work that you and Mr. Hilberg, as well as all of the administrators and teachers, have put in so far to date on it. But we really appreciate it. We understand that it is quite a change, and that this next year is going to be a challenging one for that. But I know with our staff that they all have the right attitude, and I'm sure they'll be successful. Okay. Personnel agenda.
Motion to accept the personnel agenda as listed from A to Y.
Second?
Comments, questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. You can send that text now and say thank you.
He actually just...
I believe also have a
Yes,
thank you.
introduction to make.
I'd like to introduce to the board Henry Savelli, who you've just voted to appoint as our new Director of Buildings and Grounds. Henry has a wealth of experience. He comes from us from another local Dutchess County district, where he's been there for over 13 years. So we're very happy to have him. He will start with us mid-September, around the time that Terry Kulisak will then be there for a few days to get him acclimated. So welcome, Henry.
Thank you. The Hilberg, members of the board, people in the audience, I'm very excited to come to Beacon. I used to work down this way years ago. I've heard very good things about the school district, and I'm really excited to be part of a team and get going here and ready to move forward and help these buildings do the best they can do. So, thank you for your support, and in about a month we'll be building strong on it. Again, I thank you very much for your support.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Consent agenda.
Motion to accept the consent agenda as follows from A to J.
Second?
Comments, questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Proposed executive session?
Motion to adjourn to executive session for the purpose of reviewing the employment history of a particular person and collective negotiations under the Taylor Law, and the board is not expected to take action after executive session.
Second?
Comments, questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Go to executive session.